welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another movie review. This one is long overdue. I've been meaning to do it since January, but I hadn't gotten around to watching the movie until now. It's a kids movie. I mean, like, I love Halloween, and if you can guess what the movie is by just that, it's Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, the fourth one. I have loved these movies. I have followed the whole like saga. For me, it felt like, I guess you could call it a saga. I don't know if it's just like a Halloween thing that makes me want to call it saga. But basically, these movies, like the first and the second one, we went to the theaters. Like it was like a big thing, a big family thing. And then like after that, it just kind of like went downhill. Not like in terms of the movies, it's just like people didn't like, they weren't excited to, or it didn't feel as if they were as excited to go see them. Um the third one was still in the movie theaters, and then this one came out on Amazon. And uh Adam Sandler was not a part of it. He was not voicing Dracula. Brian Hall was, and Brian is amazing, like amazing. If you haven't seen him, what are you doing? You should see him way before you come to me. But yeah, he does impressions, and he did Drac amazingly. The thing is, I just kind of wanted the original cast. I'm just like, okay. And when I noticed they listed like the characters, they didn't list Dracula as first like they usually do. They listed like the top names like Selena Gomez, and like, so it just kind of felt like a little like that's kind of sad, you know. The movie was great. The third movie was great too. This one I just felt like it wasn't like as like up there with the first and second one, and neither was the third, but this one was like below the third. And like they released on Amazon Prime. I wasn't expecting much, but like it's sad, you know. It reminded me of like Beverly Hills Chihuahua when like the first one came out. It was amazing. Everyone went to go see it. And then after that it just kind of went downhill. Still good movies. It just kind of like those are like the kids movies that they make and they release, and like you could go get at Blockbuster at the time, and they had like, you know, guest stars and stuff like that, but like the quality wasn't all that amazing. The dogs didn't look all that good. When it came to them talking, it looked kind of mechanical. But that is that. So in terms of the movie, I love the concept. Van Helsing has like this, like if you haven't seen the trailer, this magical doohickey that like changes like monsters to humans and humans to monsters. The thing is, when he turns humans to monsters, eventually like they end up like they keep mutating, and like they turn into like these horrible, horrific beast monsters with no self-control or anything. And so like everyone is like turning like from human to monster. A majority of the characters are like, I mean, monster to human. A majority of the characters are human for the entirety of the movie, which is interesting. Frankenstein was awesome. um and I think he had a different voice actor too. I'm not sure. There Johnny turned into this like, does anyone remember like what was that movie? The movie that was like back in the day, the giant green dragon, like that, like was around kids, and like he would read to kids and like be, what is that name? If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it's like a really old kids movie. Something the Magic Dragon. I'm not sure, like something like that. Like the name is escaping me. This always happens in case you haven't seen my videos. Um, so yeah, is what he reminded me of. But he wants to be a monster. In the trailer, it made it seem like he wanted to impress Dracula, which is not so far from the truth. But apparently Dracula, like, his new girlfriend, Van Helsing Junior, Erica, ends up, like, convincing him, like, he needs to retire. He needs to, like, you know, they want to, like, do their thing and, like, be in love and, you know, just it's a new phase, a new chapter. So he is going to give the hotel to Mavis and Johnny because Mavis is married to Johnny. And so then Johnny finds out. He freaks Drac out. He says, "Oh no, I can only give the hotel to a monster." And so Johnny's like, "Okay, I will become a monster." Van Helsing like tells him about this magic thing, and then like boom, Monster Johnny, dragon, um, Piff the Magic Dragon. Uh, in case you watch AGT. Anyway, that's random. So yeah. And then Drac ends up desperately trying to turn him human before Mavis finds out. And in the course of that, things happen. There's like the ray hits like nice sculpture, turns the drink into like the thing that turns like humans and monsters into humans, and he ends up turning himself accidentally into a human. Later on in the movie, the other monsters drink the drink, they become human. Which like I understand like the werewolf, like he would have to like, and the zombie, like he would have to get bit to become a werewolf. But then it's like the mummy, like it died and then it would become a mummy. Like Frankenstein, like as much as I love Frankenstein, I'm like, wouldn't he as a human be a bunch of different like human like faces and like he was made of human parts? Would that be too creepy for the children? I kind of wanted it to be more authentic though. Like I don't know. And like the little werewolf kids like not recognizing him because he doesn't smell like dad was hilarious. Frankenstein was hilarious. The Mummy, it was kind of weird because like I felt like they would all be around the same age, and the Mummy being like super old, it's like I don't know. I kind of like wanted him to be like King Tut kind of thing. Like I wanted him to be younger because him being old and like falling asleep, but just like I don't know. Maybe like in monster years they're the same age. I don't know. Cause like it just feels weird as him being this old man like that's in the crew and like I don't know. And Erica loving Drac no matter what he looks like is just is adorable. Um, but yeah, so Johnny and Dracula they break the well, Dracula breaks the crystal trying to turn Johnny, and so Van Helsing's like you have to go here and like far away and like this cave of wonders and the Amazon and find it, and so they go and they try to find it. They like bond and everything, and meanwhile Johnny is like slowly like turning. And like Drac is like slowly feeling ashamed about what he did. And the thing is, like, I like the concept. The only thing is, like, he didn't he accept Johnny? Like, he was annoyed by him, but didn't he like accept Johnny already? Like, as part of the family. There was this huge thing like he's not part of the family, and I was just like, but he is. Why can't you just emphasize that you're just like scared by him and annoyed by him and like afraid what he's gonna do? Like, why emphasize that he's not part of the family? Because we already have been through this, so yeah, there was a way we could have done that without revisiting and being redundant on that. Anyway, I would have wished that there was more of Dennis because Dennis is adorable, and him just like wandering around with just like the dog the whole entire movie, like randomly and like snippets. It's just like I wanted more Dennis. And where was the grandpa? Like the great grand? I don't know. Not the grandpa. Like Dracula's dad. Where was he? Because Van Helsing was there. Now that I think about it, I don't know. And then the whole vampire powers affecting not affecting vampires. It's like it's an on and off thing because in the first movie he froze Mavis, in the second movie he couldn't freeze Mavis, but then he could also. But then Dennis is a vampire, so he like compelled him and like I'm confused. Like you just, but you did that to the Grants. Okay. I wanted him to call him Denisovich. I wanted that. It was so cute. But like no, he was Dennis. Um, and then of course the rest of the crew finds out what's happening. And Erica and Mavis lead the charge. Mavis like is finding her love and everything, and like Erica's finding hers, and it's so cute. And then they're just like the random humans, and then it's like the Bride of Frankenstein, and then the werewolf's wife, and like all the kids for some reason went, but like they're the kids, and like then yeah, the mummy and like all this stuff, and it's just like they're all in a car going. I wish there would have been more like monsters, and then the end when like the hotel gets ruined by the giant hamster, who mutated. It's like weren't there more monsters in here? Why are we just seeing the dog? Like, where did the rest of the monsters go? I don't know. And then at the end, when they turned it into like a cartoon, it just kind of felt like you're trying too hard. Like, I don't understand, but okay. It just felt kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just didn't reach the ending I kind of wanted. And then when they're over there in the cave, and then Johnny goes like he loses it because Drac doesn't view him as family and like trust him and stuff like that, and Mavis can't turn him back because like he's too far gone and everything, and then Drac does like you're a marshmallow inside, in the middle is all gooey and sticky, and that is you. It's like yes, I love that. Love that. The whole like when Mavis is like trying to get up to like the little crystal thing and like she can't like touch the sunlight. Love that. Love all that. Just that whole scene. Yes, it's just kind of like after that it went ooh. And even though we would go to the hotel and it's like oh no the hotel is ruined, it just kind of is like I don't know, I wanted more. I don't know what I wanted, I just kind of wanted more or something. um and so yeah, like who knows like if there's like this is the last one, but I wanted an Erica and Drac wedding. Like I wanted to know like is he gonna turn her, or like how are they gonna be together? Like nobody has answered the question how is Mavis and Johnny gonna be together? Like she's how many years old? Like how is this gonna happen? Like when you really think about it, because the kid and the mom are gonna live forever, and Johnny's gonna be like, you know, like didn't he Drac originally like, turn the mom, or like I don't know, I don't know. I kind of wanted more backstory on the mom too. Eventually, I kind of wanted that in the third one, but it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, trying to think if there's anything more that I am trying to think of. A lot of little hilarious moments. That was nice. The fact that like the world is just kind of like okay, there's like monsters now. Like, all right, like the monsters have come out like since like the first movie. It's like okay, you know, like it's just kind of cool. Dracula's a moment with the sun, that was nice. Let me see, let me see. I kind of wanted Drac to like being human a little bit more, just kind of like certain things. I don't know. Um, Johnny slapping Drac, pretty good. And let me think if there's anything else. I'm not sure if Johnny had wings the whole time. I saw them, but they kind of just popped out of nowhere, and I was like, he has wings, which is nice. And let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think. I think that is everything. But yeah, I kind of wanted to know what like the next steps for like Drac and Erica were. Like these are characters that like I have stuck with since I was like little, and like I watched it. Like I just watched the movies and stuff, and now it's kind of like oh it ended, but like it didn't end like the way I kind. It's not that it didn't end the way I wanted. It's like it didn't end okay. No, not didn't it didn't end the way that I had expected, even though I had no expectations, and it did not end in a way that I liked. Being said, I don't think the replacement in um, voice actors had anything to do with decline in the movie, like in terms of like them getting progressively less, you know, than the first two. I think it just kind of was like something that happened with this movie. They changed the voice actors, and it just ended up also not being like my favorite of the bunch. But it has nothing against like the voice actors. It just was the way that the movie was composed, and unfortunately, that's when they changed the voice actors. I would have loved, you know, if the original voice actors had been there, just because like I grew up watching it with those voice actors, but the actors who did do the voices were phenomenal. They did great. I just didn't see a reason as to why that happened. And as far as I know, there's still no explanation. So, that being said, trying to figure it out, I just don't know what's missing. And I can't say what would have been missing because there's so many different elements in these movies. Um, and it's more sort of it just kind of was missing certain elements that would have made me feel like it was complete. So, yeah, that's basically it. I know it's a kids movie and maybe I'm thinking a little bit too much, but hey, in this channel we review everything that I like, some of everything. Which is yeah, some of everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the next couple of videos are a little bit more like diverse and get into some different things. I'm happy with the way the schedule's going, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all real soon. Bye!